Alright, so first thing we're gonna do is go ahead and get our vegetables ready. So first thing we're gonna need is half an onion.
Also added to that white onion, we're gonna use 1 golden beet, half of a carrot, half of a parsnip, and half of a turnip. We're also gonna do 2 celery sticks and 3 garlic cloves.
Okay, so now that we have all our veggies cut up and they're ready to go, we're going to season and sear our lamb shanks. Gonna want to take salt, preheated pan, medium high, get it in there. Nice and hot. And you know it's nice and hot when you can move your shank or your piece of meat, whatever you're doing, without it sticking. Both shanks in, it's going to drop the temperature of the pan, and we're going to keep searing them so they're golden brown on all sides. And let's go ahead and add the vegetables we diced up before. Now that onion was pretty large, so I'm going to use half of the large onion that we used. So if you have a large onion, just use a quarter. We have our carrot, turnip, parsnip, celery, beet, and garlic. Let's go ahead, add that in. Tip for parents: you can hide vegetables in something that's really good. Alright, so it's literally been like maybe 4 or 5 minutes since we added the vegetables in. Everything is nice and caramelized and golden brown. Next step is we're going to add some tomato paste. Now, tomato paste is fundamental to a brown sauce, and at this point we're going to add a teaspoon, and it's going to caramelize, because these tomato pastes, they have quite a bit of sugar content in them, and it's going to caramelize with the vegetables, and it really adds depth of flavor. So go ahead, this is my teaspoon, so whatever that is, add it in, mix it around. And now, right now, you really can smell those caramelized flavors, but you want to go dark with it. So that being said, we're going to take some wine here. This is Shiraz. We're going to go ahead and add a cup of red wine. And to that, we're going to want to add 3/4 of a cup of diced tomatoes. You really don't have to use a measuring like I am. And already, look at the depth of color in that sauce. So from here, what we're gonna do is, you can get a Campbell's beef broth, the 1 liter, whatever. But if you can find, it doesn't have to be organic, this is all we could find, but if you can find a bone broth, that's what you're gonna want. So don't be shy, that was 460 mils, there's 250 mils in a cup. So now that we have everything in the pool, we are going to take our seared lamb shanks and add them into our braising liquid. And if you can fully submerge the shanks, that's best. But if they're sticking up like that, it's fine. So we're gonna let this come back up to a boil. We're gonna reduce the heat to a simmer, throw a lid on, and it's gonna simmer for 2.5 hours. You can come back, and I'm probably gonna rotate the shanks so each side gets equal amount of time submerged in the liquid. See you guys then. Alright guys, so it's been 1 hour since we submerged our lamb shanks. As you can see, we're already seeing the meat receding from the bone on each of the lamb shanks. So we're just gonna go ahead, flip them over, throw the lid back on, keep it at simmer low, that's a nice temperature,
and we will check back in another hour. See you guys then. All right, welcome back. So it's been another hour since we checked the lamb shanks last, so here we are.
As we can see, the liquid's reduced down even more. And let's check the lamb. And look at that, it's already super fall off the bone tender. So what we're gonna do from here on, we're gonna keep cooking it with the lid off because we want the liquid to reduce. We want to condense all the flavors, and we want the sauce to be a sauce consistency. So we're going to cook it like this for probably 10-15 minutes longer. While that's bubbling away, we're going to go ahead and get our Yukon potato mash ready to go. Let me show you how to do that. All right, so what you're going to want to do now is you want to start your potatoes off in cold water. It's going to result in a more evenly cooked potato. All right guys, so what we're going to do now is we want to make a little cream for our mashed potatoes. And that's probably a cup and a cup and a half of 10% cream.
We're going to take about 1/8 of a whole pound of butter.
So 454 grams divided by 8, whatever that is. And then we're also going to take 1 clove of fresh garlic, and with our microplane, just grate that in. As well, I'm going to take about a teaspoon of salt and the equivalent of our black pepper. And we're just going to let that come up to temperature. And so when our potatoes are ready to go, we're going to mix a warm cream into potatoes. So we'll check in when everything's coming together. We'll take a whisk. We'll just add our cream and give it a good mash. When you're doing your mash, you definitely don't want to stir because potatoes will get kind of chewy if you stir them. A little bit of parsley and just give it a rough chop and put that right in. All right guys, well, I'm super pumped, so let's go ahead and plate this up. Take the lamb shank, you use the potatoes to support it, just like that. Out right on that potato mound to support it. It's a 2-hour lamb shank, but the prep time is really where all the work comes in, and it really didn't take too much prep. We seared the lamb shank, we diced the vegetables. It was a really quick method in the pan, and we just let it braise for 2 hours. And you can make the mashed potatoes however you want to make your mashed potatoes, but there we have it. So without further ado, let's give this a try. Let's see how fall off the bone it actually is. I just want to try the lamb by itself right away. So juicy and tender. Very well balanced. Nothing too crazy. Alright guys, so I'm gonna go and enjoy this meal. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I enjoyed making it. Leave a comment down below what you thought of it and what you'd like to see us make next time. I'm going to tag the recipe down in the description below as well. But anyways guys, I hope you have a great day. Peace out.